want the truth about hypocrisy with this Paul Pierce stuff? To be honest with you, uh, Kim Kardashian got famous by sucking Ray J's dick and having sex with him on camera. They gave her a fucking TV show that lasted a very long time. Paul Pierce was hosting or having a party at wherever he was at, had some strippers over there smoking a whole bunch of weed and cigars or whatever and drinking. In the United States, weed is damn near legal in every state, so I don't see what the problem is. Why did he get fired? When Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer, when he was doing all of his gold medal stuff and he was on his high horse and he was winning, it was all good. But then when he got caught smoking weed, did he get stripped or fired from a whole bunch of stuff? I still see him in a couple of commercials, even though swimming's not that relevant, but he still was a gold medalist and represented the United States. See, the problem is I understand the corporate slave shit because it's like Kanye said, we the new slaves, but at the same time, these same people that dismissed him from his job and hold these CEO positions will probably be the same ones that do that same shit in their own home, but just don't put it on Instagram. But at the end of the day, it's his Instagram. People say that, yo, he made $20 million in the NBA and his contract was 1.5 million for the job that he was doing. But at the same time, ESPN is owned by Disney, blah, blah, blah. Nobody, if you have children and you pay attention to your children and you watch the shows that they watch on Disney Channel, there is a subculture of promoting homosexuality to children and pretty much forcing the conversation on them if you don't get on top of it soon with their commercials and their agendas. And also, I think Disney owns CBS and a couple of other channels. And these channels that they own, they have no problem taking money from these Fortune 500 companies when it comes to commercials. And when it comes to commercials, these companies, it might be GoDaddy, it might be Budweiser. They'll have some half naked ass women on there trying to sell their product. It's all good. Should Paul Pierce have gotten fired, terminated, dismissed? Nah. They could have suspended him, pulled him to the side. I doubt anything was in his contract that would put him on that kind of notice. But at the same time, he's a human being. People, it's funny. It's good for the goose, but it's not good for the gander. You know, we could promote some sorts of 50 Shades of Grey and women doing this and this person being a homosexual, but for some strange reason, when it comes to black male masculinity, it's toxic. It's not accepted. It's always these negative words. People are adults. He's a grown man. What is he supposed to stay in the bubble? And the funny thing is, ESPN, he gave y'all a percentage of a whole bunch of content from his years in the NBA. Should he have gotten fired? Nah. Maybe suspend him, talk to him, take him off the air for a quick minute, and have a conversation. But they straight up got the fuck rid of him. I wish they would do that with these white football players that be beating on their wives and doing all sorts of crazy stuff and say, you know what? Since they're doing this sort of shit off the field, we're not going to give them any sort of light on our channel. But it don't work that way. I understand. Like I told my friends, I don't agree with it, but I understand the game. It's not fair. We just got over 4 years of a dude that was able to do and say whatever the fuck he want and was the president of the United States doing it with no sort of repercussions. But the regular Joe Smo that pays taxes and works and this, that, and the third. Look, it's like Charles Barkley said back in the 80s and 90s. He's not a role model. He's a regular person. He drinks beers just like everybody else. you got white corporations normalizing smoking weed. But when Paul Pierce do it in a social setting and he's having fun with his friends, all of a sudden it's bad. I it's whatever, man. It's whatever.